In the lawsuit against Blake Lively, Justin Baldon's attorney isn't merely presenting receipts. They have already discovered a loophole that could indicate Ryan Reynolds may have wrecked Blake's case with some shocking information you wouldn't have anticipated. Blake Lively and Justin Baldon's lawsuit has made many people switch sides from one party to another in the past few months. As more claims emerge, it all started when many of Blake's past videos resurfaced on her rudeness to colleagues or people she has worked with, and the whole internet saw her actions for what they were. With all the evidence from Blake's interviews, she was blamed for whatever drama might have happened between her and Justin, because he has been known to be a troublesome individual. Still, when it looked like the heat may have cooled off, people switched sides immediately when Blake dropped some jaw-dropping details of what she accused Justin Baldoni of on set. The New York Times published a detailed article about how Justin hired a crisis manager to bury Blake Lively after she accused him of misconduct on the set. Then it was added that Justin paid publicists to start a smear campaign against Blake, using screenshots of chats that now seem to have been misinterpreted. But even more crazy is the misconduct Blake accused Justin of on the set of It Ends With Us, as more receipts have shown things didn't happen precisely the way the New York Times reported it. It gets pretty wild, because another person in the controversy, Ryan Reynolds, may have indirectly helped Justin Baldon's case. Since the controversy started, fans have tried to connect the dots and find out every detail behind what happened with the two main cast of It Ends With Us, and if many of the allegations are true. However, many of these accusations started on the set of It Ends With Us, which coincides with the filming of Deadpool and Wolverine, now being one of the biggest films of 2024. Deadpool is back in the news, but not for a pleasant reason. One of the characters in the film, Nice Pool, played by Ryan himself, has been speculated to be a parody of Justin Baldoni, starting with the man bun, which is a hairstyle Justin donned for years, but cut in 2023 to donate to children who have lost their hair due to medical reasons. But that's the least of the comparisons to Justin, given that Nice Pool made several unique remarks that further complicated the plot in the movie. He stated of Blake Lively's role, Lady Pool,
"Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and..."
Nice Pool's statement that Lady Pool just had a baby was a real-life incident that was turned into a script, because Blake had a baby in 2023, around the time that Deadpool and It Ends With Us was filmed. This became part of Blake Lively's case when she revealed that Justin had entered her trailer while she was breastfeeding and exposed her. It becomes even more intriguing when Deadpool criticizes Nice Pool for making a comment about Lady Pool's body, which is assumed to refer to another instance of Blake, where she disclosed that Justin body-shamed her on set despite the fact that she had just given birth. Nice Pool's character continued to reflect real life after he made another astounding statement that parodies Justin's real-life persona.
"I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist."
However, it didn't end there, since a lot of additional information that is exclusively particular to the debate around us somehow made its way into the exchange between Deadpool and Nice Pool. Another delicate topic from the set of It Ends With Us was Blake's insistence that the intimacy coordinator be present at all times, because she didn't feel comfortable filming the sexy scenes with Justin. This demand has been shown to be a deceptive strategy to support the idea that Justin didn't care about the intimacy coordinator on set, because we learned from the chat receipts and other sources that the coordinator was always present, and that Blake was the one who appeared reluctant to use the coordinator's services. But Ryan instead found another opportunity for a joke in Deadpool.
"Where in God's name is the intimacy coordinator?"
After declaring that he is a feminist, Nice Pool made fun of Justin once more by discussing his vocation.
"My calling is to one day host a podcast that monetizes the women's movement."
Once more, what makes this so strange is that Justin co-hosts a podcast about masculinity called The Man Enough. Justin has made a name for himself by supporting women's stories and experiences, so the dig wasn't subtle at all. Many people believe Ryan was making fun of Justin in the movie, which may have made the case more interesting, but it has also complicated Blake's lawsuits. The details are extremely frightening, from the hairstyle to many of the statements made by Nice Pool. It was clear that Ryan was coming for Justin, And it's a bad look for the couple as their case approaches the courts, because if many of the things Blake claimed were true, delicate, and frightening, why would Ryan diluting them all and making fun of them? Also, people often insinuate that Ryan and Blake play themselves in their projects, and their history also shows they make jokes even with their marriage. But for a serious issue like what Justin has been accused of to have been written, spoken about, and produced, without a check on how far the joke had gone is absolutely insane. However, you have yet to hear the end of it, because what Ryan has been speculated to do with Nice Pool regarding Justin Baldwin could throw their entire case away. After all, it was a very different scenario. In reality, the body-shaming accusations stemmed from Justin asking about Blake's weight because of a scene where he had to lift her and watch out for his back issues, which have repeatedly landed him in hospitals for surgeries, and Ryan physically berated Justin for this action by asking him not to fat-shame his wife ever again. It was a severe conversation, with Justin apologizing consistently and ensuring he didn't end up in the couple's bad graces. So the question then dials down to why this situation became funny for Nice Pool to reenact even after Ryan had heavily berated Justin for the same offense. But that wasn't going to be the last time Justin felt scolded like a child by Ryan, because it happened again in a way no one had ever rudely spoken to Justin in the past. And for Ryan to go ahead to mock many of these accusations, which may not have happened, is a very wild one that could ruin Blake's lawsuit if and whenever they get into trial. The fans may have started this speculation of Ryan taking a dig at Justin, but Justin's lawyer is prepared to fight it all out with many of the facts and claims on the ground, and Nice Pool's inappropriate comments will be a big part of the case. The lawyer Brian Friedman has concluded that Nice Pool's statements are 100% about Justin, saying, "What I make of that is that if your wife is harassed, you don't make fun of Justin Baldwin, you don't make fun of the situation, you take it very seriously, you file HR complaints, you raise the issue, and you follow the legal process. What you don't do is mock the person and turn it into a joke." The way that things transpired in 2024 makes it rather clear that there are numerous similarities between Deadpool and the events that culminate with Us, beginning with their release dates. Was originally set for release on February 9, 2024, but was later rescheduled for June 21st. It was finally released on August 9, 2024, which is close to the release date of Deadpool, which fell on July 25, 2024. It has been said that the two films' 2-week separation was a calculated move by the husband and wife to become the first couple to top the box office since Bruce Willis and Demi Moore in 1990. However, this isn't surprising, as more information has surfaced about how Blake took control of nearly every aspect of the film by acting as the intimacy coordinator, which may have been the reason she ignored the professional hired for this role. She also became the writer and costume designer, rewriting some scenes with her husband Ryan, who edited the rooftop scene during the strikes. Blake also took on the responsibilities of directing, editing, and finding music for the movie's soundtrack, which she has mentioned in numerous interviews, and that many of her cast members have also acknowledged. If she could accomplish all of that in order to deprive Justin of the film, she could also change the release date to coincide with her husband's Deadpool, which is another reason why Justin kept losing ground to this Hollywood power couple until it was too late. It was so bad that Justin was severely undermined on the set of It Ends With Us by both husband and wife over a film he kickstarted, and only hired Blake as the actress when the drama on set became heated over who would take over. Ryan also went to great lengths to ensure they had the final rights to the production, trying to buy Justin out of the movie so Blake could play the same part in the follow-up, without having to deal with Justin over control. As it concludes, we have a close source on the set who adds that this is the biggest movie Blake has ever made. Ryan wants to make sure she isn't replaced in the sequel, but Justin turned him down. So it's been a difficult battle for him, and a last-ditch effort for the couple to take over. The similarities between Deadpool and It Ends With Us continue to grow as a result of Ryan's numerous unintended consequences. For example, Ryan and Blake's joint marketing of the films was adorable, until it wasn't in one of the viral promotional materials for It With Us. As we saw more of the press from It Ends With Us, it became even more apparent that the cast was divided, with Justin promoting the film alone while the others did theirs separately. It was also crazy that many of the cast unfollowed Justin on Instagram, and it all came together when Justin revealed how he was treated on set, with Blake demanding that he be barred from going on press tours with any of the cast. Ryan made a humorous appearance with Brandon, and then Hugh Jackman followed suit. Seeing the Deadpool universe friends show up for the PR of It Ends With Us with Brandon, who plays Atlas and isn't the main love interest, was one of the signs that something terrible happened between Blake and Justin on set. All of this is now coming to light, and seeing Ryan make fun of Justin in his movie shows how far they went to make his life miserable on and off the set, which could destroy any case Blake might be assembling against Justin in court. Blake also stated that she didn't want to see Justin anywhere near her during the premiere, until she was urged to allow him to use a separate theater, and had his friends and family hide away in the basement, so as not to upset Blake. The disrespect and contempt for Justin, and the work he put into making the movie continued.